Tribal Health and Human Services Department of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes is proud to present Good Medicine, a program dedicated to the wellness of the Flathead Nation. The mission is summarized quite simply: a healthier people, a stronger nation. We'll strive to make good medicine a reliable source of ideas and information about health issues so that everyone can make informed decisions about their own lifestyle and health care. You'll meet health professionals, tribal government and spiritual leaders, and interesting people from the tribal community discussing important health issues that profoundly affect us all.
Welcome to Good Medicine. I'm your host, Tonka Howard. You're watching SKC-TV 27.2. Today here on Good Medicine, we have with us Chaske Spencer. If you don't know who he is, he's in a lot of movies. He's a Native American actor, and we're going to go over to him. Chaske, thank you for coming on Good Medicine.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Chaske, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Let's see. Well, I started off in acting when I was professional about 22.
Okay.
And I moved to New York City, and I started studying there. And I used to live at the Fort Peck Indian Reservation over there in Poplar, and I moved around a bit. I moved to Busby. I lived in Busby, Northern Cheyenne Reservation. Then my parents settled in the Nez Perce Reservation over in Idaho.
Okay.
And around there I was going to college, and I dropped out, and I moved to New York when I was like 22, and I started taking classes. And then, waiting tables, bartending and stuff until finally I started getting work. And then Twilight happened, and that's pretty much the story.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger ones for you. Can you tell us what tribes you are first?
Yeah, I'm enrolled Sioux over in Fort Peck, but I'm Sioux, Nez Perce, Cherokee, Creek, Dutch, and French.
All right, I like that mix.
Yeah.
A lot of people just adhere to one tribe. A lot of Native Americans are conglomeration.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you told us a little bit how you got started. Can you tell us where you live right now?
I live in New York City. I've been living there for about 13 years now. Yeah, I went over. I took a plane. I went there with $100 and a one-way ticket. So I went over there. Yeah, I trying to achieve the dream.
I like that. Now you mentioned Twilight. Can you tell us all some of the other movies you've acted in?
Yeah, I was in. Well, I started off. Renee Haynes is a casting director. She's a very well-known casting director, especially in Native American film, and she has a huge part in my career. She cast me in this movie called Skins with Eric Schweg and Graham Greene, and I was playing the young Eric Schweg.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was opened the door for a lot of other films. And I went in from that. I went to Dreamkeeper. ABC. There was this miniseries called Dreamkeeper about all these Native legends. And she cast me there. I was cast as Eagle Boy, so that's one of the main leads. Okay. And from then it moved on to Steven Spielberg's Into the West, that was the huge miniseries for TNT at the time. I got a pretty good role on that. Played voices that carry. I starred in the last episode 6. Okay. And then let's see. Then it was a little bit of a while. Then she gave me a call and said she had this other huge project, and she wouldn't tell me what it was. And finally, I got the call, and she brought me in to audition for Twilight. I didn't know what Twilight was at the time, because it was geared towards 13-year-old girls, and I'd seen the advertisement in New York City in the subway systems and stuff, but I didn't really think about it too much. I didn't realize it was a hit, but she came in. I read for all the wolf pack, Paul and Jared, and they had me read Sam. And they called me back, and then they told me I had Sam. I had gotten the role of Sam Yulee, which is the alpha male. And he has a pretty big role. in the Twilight series. And I was like, okay, so I better go read the books then.
Some background.
And yeah, then they flew me up to Vancouver, and we couldn't tell anyone for a month. They kept us under secrecy. So we were there in Vancouver for a month training because we had to get in shape for the role. So they had us with a personal trainer.
Oh.
And they were getting us in shape, and I put on like 20 pounds of muscle.
Oh,
And all of us, they got us into shape. And then I guess it was released through USA Today that we were the Wolfpack. And then and from then on, it's been a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
I don't think I've stopped going since that day.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what went through your mind when you got that part of Sam on Twilight?
Oh, I was pretty happy. I was really happy because I didn't know how big it was until I started auditioning for it, and then I really wanted the role because I knew it was going to be a huge phenomenon. It was going to be a huge hit, and it would put me up there. I was with the other guys, you know, Alex Merez, Bronson Peltier, and Kiowa Gordon, and Tyson Houseman, and Tensel Corey. These are all native actors. Then we have Julia Jones. She's been in some films as well. So, you know, we got thrown into this limelight, and I don't think anyone can really prepare you for that type of fame. And it became in overnight, the whole world knew who we were, and it was pretty mind blowing. It was pretty a lot to take on.
Yeah. Was it a long shoot? Like how long did it take?
It was about excuse me. It was about let's see, 2-3 months of shooting, I want to say.
Okay.
Seemed like it was that long, but then we went right after that. We had like a little break. Then we went right into Eclipse, which is the third movie, which is out in theaters right now. And so we went right. It seemed like we were filming back to back.
Yeah.
It's like you just blinked an eye, and we were right back on set. And that seemed like maybe 2 months as well. I think we were there for a while. But same thing, went right back into training, working out, and it was quick. And then the premiere happened. And the premiere was pretty. I think my ears rung for like 3 days because the screaming girls. It was so loud you couldn't hear. Couldn't hear yourself even think.
Yeah. I want your problem.
I know, right? They're luxury problems.
No. That's cool. So are you planning on doing any movies after the Twilight series?
Oh, yeah. Well, between Eclipse and Breaking Dawn, I did a movie called Shouting Secrets with Gil Birmingham and Koryanka Kilcher, Tyler Christopher, Tantu Cardinal, and Connor Fox, and Rodney Grant. Rodney Grant's in the movie as well. We finished that, I want to say, we wrapped that maybe 3 weeks ago. Seems like a lifetime ago, but yeah, we filmed down in Globe, Arizona.
Okay.
It's a great script. It's what I like about it. It's a dramedy where it's a drama, but there's a lot of comedy in it as well. It's a drama story about this family who's losing their mother, and it's a Native American family. But you wouldn't know it because it was written for a Dutch family, and they got this Steve Judd, who's a Native American writer. Excuse me. They gave it to him, and he flipped it. Because they wanted to do some rewrites and stuff, and he made it a Native American family. Yeah, so it's not in that box of being a stereotypical Native American movie. And what I like about it is it could be any family, and dealing with this tragedy. And I'm very proud of this film. And we have Karina, who I'll slaughter her last name, so I don't even say it. But she's a very good filmmaker. She does a lot of short films, and this is her first feature film. And she did a magnificent, wonderful job. And Koryanka, of course, played Pocahontas in The New World with Colin Farrell. Yeah. She played my sister. And,
okay.
Yeah. So it's, and they'll come out in about a year. We got that one.
Look forward.
It takes about a year for a movie to come out.
Yeah, it does.
With the editing and all that stuff and promotion. And then I'm going to be doing a movie called Winter in the Blood, based on the James Welsh novel.
Oh yeah, that's been advertised.
Yeah.
For actors and everything.
Yeah, we're going to be shooting that. I play the lead in that. And after that, we have Breaking Dawn, which is the next installment of the Twilight series. We start filming that sometime in November.
So you have another one in that.
Yeah, we're splitting it in two.
Okay.
So it'll be because the book is so thick and so big that
Yeah.
there's so much in it, they have to split it in two.
Sure.
So we'll be doing that. And then after that, I have a movie called The Block, because I have my own production company
Yeah.
called Urban Dreams.
Yeah.
And that should start filming maybe after Breaking Dawn.
Okay. So just to get into a little bit of little personalness about you, if you don't mind, can you tell us a little bit of like, do you have children?
Not that I know about.
People all want to know about you.
No,
There's some
no.
good rumors out there.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, I have no kids.
No children. Okay.
No children.
Yeah, just our viewers might want to know that. Yeah. Do you have siblings? Do you have brothers?
Yes, I
and
do have
sisters?
siblings. I have two sisters. They're younger than me,
Okay.
but they act older than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they in the acting?
No, they're not. One
Okay.
is in school, one just graduated, and the other is studying to be an attorney.
Okay.
Mhm,
Okay.
So,
That's
yeah,
good, that's good.
they're my sisters. They're pretty good,
Oh,
good people.
sisters.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm the only boy.
So how tall are you?
I am 6'3".
Oh, you're 6. Ah,
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty. You towered above me at only 5. So you know how that was going. Yeah. Are you married?
Oh no, I am
No,
not married.
no,
No, married.
no.
No.
But you're
Single.
looking.
I'm looking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right,
yeah.
yeah.
I've
All you
kept,
ladies out there.
kept the doors open.
So will you be working in Montana anytime soon?
Yeah, with Winter in the Blood.
That's the one.
That's the one. It's based here in Montana. So, working with Alex and Andrew Smith, who did a movie called The Slaughter Rule, with Ryan Gosling and David Morse, and Eddie Spears was in there as well.
Yeah.
It's really, it's a very powerful movie. I had seen a copy of it. They gave me a copy, but I had seen it the Sundance Channel a while back, and it's just a moving story. And they're like these indie directors that come with a lot of street cred.
Yeah.
They're very. I love their movie. I love The Slaughter Rule. So I came to see what it's going to be like working with them on Winter of the Blood. And the character is he's just this basically an alcoholic, and it goes through his life, like what happened. Takes a little segment into his life, and he deals with his father, the issues with his dad. It's just a very rich character, and we're really looking forward to working with it, and plus working with them.
Sure. Well, at this time, I think we'll take a little break
Okay.
here. We'll come back here for a public service announcement.
Okay.
This is Tonka Howard. You've been watching Good Medicine. We have Chaske Spencer, Native American actor here. Stay tuned right after this public service announcement.
There is a dangerous storm we must watch for. The storm is stroke. If you notice or experience these sudden warning signs, call 911 immediately. Numbness or weakness of the face, arm, or leg, especially on one side of the body. Loss of vision, speech, or understanding. Trouble walking or dizziness. Sudden severe headache or confusion.
Preserve our nation.
Know the signs and watch for the storm. You could save a life.
Welcome back to Good Medicine, 27.2 KSKC-TV. We're here talking with Chaske Spencer. One of his major films he has coming out is Twilight. We're going to be talking about that, some of the other movies that are coming up, and a little bit about his past. So again, thank you for being on, Chaske.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So can you tell us what it's like to be an actor? Like, did you have to take classes to start out? Like, how did you get into it?
Well, to be a professional actor, it's a tough job. I believe that there are 5% of us working,
Okay.
and there's a reason they call it show business, because there is a business side. And out of the thousands of auditions I have gone on, I've landed 6 gigs,
Yeah.
and they've been pretty big gigs. But there's been so many auditions I've gone up, and a lot of rejection. There's a lot of rejection. So if you're getting into this, it's gonna someone said to me, it's perseverance.
Yeah.
A lot of perseverance.
So you just didn't show up one day and got a job, just like
No, I've
Doesn't
been
happen like that. Oh.
I've been doing this for almost
It's work.
13 years. Yeah, 13 years, and there's been roles that I've been up for that are pretty big, but I lost out.
Okay.
And over a named actor, or just maybe wasn't right for the part. But there are also roles you constantly auditioning, and so it's all a gamble. But if you keep at it, and that's why I studied. I wanted to be really good at what I do. And when I went to New York, I studied this guy named David Gideon, who was affiliated with the Actors Studio. And the Actors Studio, they cranked out guys, you know, like Paul Newman, Brando, Dean, Pacino, De Niro, Mickey Rourke, Angelina Jolie. And so I went and talked to him, and he took me on as a student. And he taught me what I needed to know about my craft, and to respect it, and to know that it might not happen for you.
Yeah.
You know, but I at some point I wanted just to be a working actor. And what I learned through those classes, scene breakdown and how to develop a character, and to really there's a discipline about it that I really liked. I really liked researching characters and finding out how to relate to them. And I usually try to, you know, if I have a character, a lot of the characters I play, I have nothing in common with.
Okay.
And I try to find some correlation. So it's a journey. It's always a journey trying to get into a character. And I find that part fascinating, and it's a thrill. And the best part about the job is between action and cut. Other than that, it's all business, and that's the thrill of it, is between action and cut. That's the part where you get lost in the character. It's fun time then. It's magic hour. And I started studying with him, and then I went to a guy named Ed Covens, who also taught at the Actors Studio, and I learned a lot from him. And you build more confidence as the film, like theater and film are two different beasts. Theater, you're working without a net. It's a live audience, and you know, you're on. And film is a bit different. You always have another take, so you can do it 1,000 different ways if you want to. But keep consistency with your character and your objective, I guess, your what you've committed to. And yeah, I loved being in New York when I started off there, and I was broke, you know, and struggling, and bartending, and waiting tables, and all those jobs. And I landed a gig. Renee Haynes, the casting director, has been a very big, huge influence in my career. Cast me in Skins, which was my first movie.
That was your first one?
First movie with Graham Greene, and Eric Schweg, and Gil Birmingham, and Nathaniel Arcand. And what I liked about it is that I was with two very powerful actors. I had Graham Greene, who was nominated for an Oscar for Dance with Wolves, and Eric Schweg, who was in Last Mohicans. And I just was on the set watching them and observing how they worked, and you know, just was taught how fun it could be. And being on the set was great. I got to be friends with Gil Birmingham, who's been my very close friend for the past 10, 13 years. And I've worked on other films with him as well. And that was the first break, and you know, there were little coincidences and happy accidents along the way that got me here, where I'm at. And Renee Haynes has been a very big backer of me, been in my corner, and has fought for me for other roles. For Dreamkeeper, played Eagle Boy, and I believe she fought for me on that one as well, and that led into The Works into the West.
So you got your first one, your first job. You were seen on the big screen out there. Do you think that kind of helped you kind of roll into other roles, other jobs that you got?
It does help. It helped. It definitely helped, especially as I worked in more film. The more confident, more confident I became as an actor, and just learning from really good actors. I worked with Craig Schaeffer on Into the West, and I learned a lot from him, just watching him work and absorbing everything I could from him. And plus just working, plus I have a relationship with, a friendship with Gil Birmingham. You know, he's played my dad in several other projects, and working with him. So when I went to Twilight, it was real easy to, and I worked with him on Shining Secrets. He played my father. And that relationship, it really works because he's, you know, I can count on my hand, you know, how many close friends I have, and he's one of them. So it was really good working with him, having that relationship with him.
Having that background with him, helped you strengthen your role that you were playing. It helps to have. Have you ever been in a situation where, like, you've been with some horrible actors, you had to kind of carry it, maybe in a class or something?
In classes, no. In classes,
anybody.
in classes, I definitely have run into my share of bad acting, and in plays too, doing plays as well, especially in the beginning.
You have to kind of persevere through that.
Yeah, you do, and that's what I like about classes is that, you know, when you're working with someone who's, you don't need classes to be an actor sometimes as well. Sometimes I've worked with people who've been in film for so long, especially the child actors,
Yeah.
and who've grown in film. They've developed their own way of getting where they need to go with the character. And it's easy to work off people with that, but if you get someone who just doesn't know what they're doing,
Yeah.
it can be hard. And in film, it just looks easy because they can take and do retakes and edit it and make them a great actor, but when you're actually working with them, it's really hard.
Yeah. Okay.
And plus, you know, you can be really competitive too, and I can steal a scene from it if I want to,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just fun to throw that ball back and forth with another, with someone who comes with some sand.
Yeah. No, that's what I was getting after there.
Yeah, and it makes you bring your A game as well.
Yeah. It's gonna bring, it lifts you up, makes you a game, like playing someone pool or
Yeah,
basketball.
exactly. You like
You want to be more competitive.
Exactly.
Better, something like that.
it's like someone said once, you know, I play chess, and
Yeah.
the only way you're going to get good at chess is finding someone better than you and being beaten a lot, and you just get better and better at it. Same with acting. You find someone who's better than, or you highly respect and is better, and you find how they work.
Sure.
And sometimes, you know, the studying helps you to a point, but in the end, when they yell action, you just have to, it's like jumping off a waterfall. You just jump and see where you land. So all the training you can do can be thrown out the window, but all it is just those moments. You got to be really into the moment of it.
Sure, sure. So this is kind of like a new era for Native Americans. We've all kind of seen how we were negatively stereotyped in the past, in the black and white movies, the westerns, and it's kind of progressively built to a time where you're getting these better roles. You can actually have a better living, and you're bringing it to a different threshold. What would you tell to like a young, not even Native American actor, just an actor? What would you say to a person trying to break into the business? How would you encourage them?
It's, I would say perseverance, definitely perseverance, and studying helps. Definitely, if you want to do something, no matter if you're going to be a lawyer or doctor or anything, you go to school for that.
Sure.
So I would say go to school to be what you want, to be good at what you want to do. And if it's acting, you know, try to get into some of good schools like the NYU program or the Juilliard program, you know, actor studio, because it's very competitive. And plus, there's not too many Native American actors out there. And what I like about Twilight is it has launched us in an area where, in this new generation of people who are looking at Twilight, we're not native actors.
Right.
That's the cool thing, is that, you know, with when it comes with the media and this new generation of fans, you know, we have a president of color. You know, my president of the United States is a minority, and now this whole generation of kids don't look at us as being Native American. So we're almost like these, like, put on this pedestal of like a rock star status in pop culture, and it's different. It's different.
It is.
And so now we can pick and choose what roles we want. Like if I've done my share of leather and feather, we call it. You know, the breechcloth and long hair, and you know, speaking and broken tongue.
Yeah.
And those kind of roles are, you know, I can say no to those roles because there are other roles out there that are more, that have depth and show us more of a human aspect.
Exactly.
Like, and I'm really proud I can do that. And especially with the Twilight, like the movie I have called The Block, which I'm producing, is not made for a Native American. It's just a guy. So when I come into this movie, I'm just this character that's not native. He's just a regular guy, and it breaks down the stereotype of that. And plus, it's a role that's not specifically done for Native American, which I've been waiting to do.
Yeah.
And I have a movie called coming out where we're start filming Winter in the Blood, which is a Native American character, but it's such a good story and so in depth, and has a lot of layers to it that you can bring that to an audience, and they'll see a different side of instead of just the leather and feather we've been like accustomed to through Hollywood. Because Hollywood's very, they do a lot of stereotypes, and sometimes and they can be racist as well. So with these movies and having the opportunity of Twilight, it launches us into a whole different category.
It does.
And you know, I'm very good company with some very good actors and people involved in this. The other Native actors.
Sure.
So I'm pretty proud of it.
Yeah. No, I'm proud to see you in a role that's like that, because like I didn't even know there were Native Americans, and people were like, oh, that's a Native American accent. I was like, oh, cool. You know, like you're saying, bring it to that different level, bring it to a different aspect. And, not just having to be that one
Yeah.
stereotypical role. I really like that for you,
Yeah.
So we're talking about Twilight. You played Sam, right?
Yeah, Sam
Okay,
Newley,
So
yeah.
can we talk a little bit more about that? Can you
Sure.
tell us what Jacob's like?
Taylor Lautner?
Taylor Lautner.
Well, here's the story: is that Sam is the alpha male, the alpha wolf in this story. He's the head wolf guy. He's the wolf pack.
Yeah.
But he's not the rightful heir to it. It's Jacob, which is played by Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
But Jacob didn't want it, so Sam has thrusted this responsibility. And what I like about Sam is that I play him as a character who didn't want this, but it's been given to him, and he has this great responsibility to help protect his people against the vampires, and plus help guide the other werewolves into when they morph or when they shapeshift. And working with Taylor Lautner, he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet, and a good guy. He's just a good young man. What I like about him is that through all everything going on around him, he's remained very humble and very level-headed. Yeah, cool. And I ran into him. We were doing Jimmy Kimmel backstage, and he's the same guy as he was on the set.
Yeah,
and he's a good guy. He's so humble.
Yeah.
And I really like that. And most of the cast, the whole cast, not just the whole cast, have become very protective of him because he's such a nice guy. You don't want to see that Hollywood, the Hollywood machine turn, because you see a lot of people change.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people change when they get this type of fame. But I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be like the next Tom Cruise. Actually, he's got that potential.
That's cool.
And I can say I'm pretty proud to work with him.
Sure. So how many more films are coming out for Twilight? You
We
said?
have 2. Breaking Dawn's been busted into 2 movies
And you're
because the
gonna-
book is so thick.
And you're going to be working on that soon?
Yes, I work on
coming
that soon. Yeah, in the fall.
So, all right. So we got Twilight coming up. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of our time
okay.
here. So thank you. Appreciate you for
Thank
coming
you.
on, Chaske.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Chaske Spencer. Go out and see Twilight. We've got more Twilight coming up. Native Americans are out there getting it done, and a new age that's coming about in Hollywood. So we appreciate you once again for coming on, Chaske.
Thank you.
You've been watching Good Medicine. I've been your host, Tonka Howard, 27.2 KSKC-TV. Go out and watch Twilight. Have a good one.
Good Medicine is your program. We hope you watch this and subsequent programs to stay informed about your health care. And we'd like to hear from you about how we're doing. Please direct any comments or suggestions you have to us. You can reach us at